The Knicks postgame show is presented by Tri-State Audi. Visit your Tri-State area Audi dealer today. OG Anunoby tonight against the Kings. 33 points is second most in a game this year. We're going to talk to him in a couple of moments. Josh Hart, a force all over the court as always. His sixth triple-double of the season. And Jalen Brunson tonight, 25 points and 11 assists. The all-star starter, a big night for him as well. And the Knicks blow out the Kings 143-120. Great to have you with us, Bill Pito, along with Wally Szczerbiak. So the Knicks saw a 19-point lead get away there in the second quarter.
Yep.
They were only up by 5 at the half, but they won the second half by 18, blowing the Kings off the court. How'd they do it?
Well, the Kings let them shoot wide open shots, and the Knicks got their calibration with their jumpers right. 3 guys over 25 points, 4 guys over 20 points in the Knicks lineup. This team just dares you to make shots, and they don't have any rim protection, so you can drive into the paint and get whatever you want at the rim. And then they try to take something away, but it ends up leading to a wide open 3, and they just hope you're going to miss it. When you do make a shot, though, you better get back on defense, because they are going to take that ball out of the rim if it goes through the rim and try to just shoot as quickly as possible. They take very undisciplined, bad shots on the other end of the floor, and the Knicks did a good job of just kind of buying their time and getting enough stops to put this game away. But what a scoring performance by the Knicks, one of the best of their season.
Yeah, their season high for points in the game this year is 145. Remember, at Denver. Tonight, 143, and they were cooking basically in every single quarter.
Yeah, OG Anunoby was phenomenal, and he came out at the beginning of the game. He got 2 easy dunks to start the game, get himself into rhythm, get his confidence up. Then the threes started to fall and started to flow. I mean, Malik Monk can score. They put Malik Monk into the starting lineup, so you put another guy that can get 30, but you put another guy into the starting lineup if you're Sacramento that's not known for his defense, and it showed. I mean, this team was just getting blitzed by the Knicks on the offensive end of the floor. Sabonis puts up numbers. You play this type of style, there's way more possessions in a game against the Sacramento Kings than a normal game. That was at the end of the third quarter where that was a big play. I mean, that extended the lead to 11, where the Knicks, had some breathing room. And then in the fourth quarter, after the rim stoppage, it didn't seem to bother Mikal Bridges, who called for the rim check. He knocked down shots after that. There's Josh Hart knocking down the 3. What a performance by Josh Hart. 20, 17, 11, the kitchen sink. How about I'll go get you some milk, get you some popcorn? Is there any more that Josh Hart can do to help this team win? Just an outstanding performance by him, and the whole Knicks as a whole. I think those 3 days off really helped their legs.
Look at the rebounding total. Knicks dominate the boards. They dominate second chance points. And to your point, they took 105 shots, 105 field goal attempts, the most they have had in any single game this season. Here now with OG Anunoby. OG, thanks so much for stopping by. So you guys had a 19-point lead, get cut to 2, and then you end up blowing them out in the second half. What was the difference in the last 2 quarters?
Just getting our urgency back. When you're up playing with a lead, it's hard and it's easy to take your foot off the gas. And then when they're down by however they're down, they have nothing to lose. So they're just playing free and aggressive, and they end up coming back. But we just got our focus back and then just put our foot back on the gas and turned up again.
You have at least 17 points in 4 of your last 5 games. You go for 33 tonight, so you've gone for at least 20 in back-to-back games. Have you been more aggressive on offense? Have you changed your approach at all?
Yeah, I definitely try to be more aggressive. There was a spell when I wasn't getting touches and I wasn't getting shots, and just trying to be more aggressive, trying to insert myself into the game. It's hard with it. We have a great team, so it's hard to figure it out, but it's getting better and better.
This is the first of 5 straight at home, all against pretty good teams from the West. How are you guys approaching this stint?
We're just taking it day by day, game by game. Sacramento's a great team. I'm not sure who we have next. That's how much we just focus on whoever we're playing.
You got Memphis and then Denver.
Memphis is a great team, so we'll watch the film and get back at it tomorrow.
OG, thanks for dropping by, and congrats on a great game.
Thank you.
So Wally Anunoby talking about me being more aggressive on offense. He took 18 shots, had a huge first half with 20.
Yeah, it was an outstanding performance. Obviously, OG is known as an elite defender. But when you play against a team like Sacramento, you have to match their shot making. They're going to dare you to make easy shots. And look at these looks that he's getting. I mean, these are just like This is just like a walk in the park. I mean, this is like playground ball. There's nobody within 10 feet of him.
You wish you were in this game. Tell everybody. You've been talking about it.
I do, honestly, yes, I do. But at the same time,
how many would you have scored in this game?
Look at it. OG Anunoby's getting dunks, getting wide open shots. I mean, look at this shot chart. It's a credit to him. I mean, he's a very skilled player. So you feast in games like this when you get the looks and you get those opportunities, because they're not always going to come throughout the course of the season. It was an impressive performance by him, and nice little 33-point, led the Knicks in scoring.
The Knicks total domination. Alan Hahn was part of the game broadcast. The fewest points a Knicks starter scored tonight, Alan Cat with 18. That's how dominant the starting five was tonight.
And when they took him out of the game, he went to the bench and he looked and he goes, "Why'd you take me out?" As if he knew, it's two more. Let me get some 20 in this game as well. But it was dominant. Wally talked about it. You guys just talked about it. It was really everything. The three-point shot, 3 days off, what a wonder it does for the legs. And the 17 threes the Knicks made, they made 9 of 18 in the first half, and that really got them going offensively. And then they put up 58 points in the paint. They really started driving the ball more in the second half of that game. And by the way, don't also discount the fact that they drew a lot of fouls in this game, 23 free throw attempts in this game as well. So the Knicks offense that we saw for most of the start to this season, we saw it on display here at the Garden. Oh, by the way, guys, don't look now. That's 3 straight wins for this Knicks team that is starting to find themselves again at just the right time.
Alan, I am digging the Mr. Rogers neighborhood, making a comeback look. I like the sweater. Very, very nice. Talk to me a little bit about the Sacramento Kings defense, because it didn't look like they played much defense tonight.
Not at all. It was a beautiful day in the neighborhood if you wanted to get into the painted area. There's no doubt about that. It was something like you said, I think, is they were running around a lot. They focused so much on trying to contain Jalen Brunson in pick and roll, and they had a hard time. They're playing him one-on-one, but they've had to chase him around screens. And the minute the Knicks got that switch, that's when what they do is really what we've seen all this whole season. It's why this is the 1 or 2 third best offenses in the NBA. They spread you out. You have to worry about playing Brunson one-on-one or Karl-Anthony Towns one-on-one. You don't want that. Somebody's going to be open, and this group has really been an incredibly unselfish team in moving the basketball. They'll make that extra pass to get the assist, but also to get the open shot. As you alluded to, Wally, a ton of open looks for this Knicks team, all because of the ball movement and a 40-plus assist game, 40 assist performance with 2 players for the first time in 23 years getting 10 or more.
Alan, it's interesting when you look at the assist total, at least 30 assists. When the Knicks do that this year, they're 17-1. They had 40, as you mentioned. Last year, and we always go back to last year, the whole season, they only had 10 games with at least 30 assists. Already this year with 18, and they're 17-1 when they get above that 30 assist total. It's really amazing how they share the basketball.
Yeah, it's the high-end, high IQ offensive players who all understand the game, and it always starts with your captain and your leader, who is the most unselfish player on the floor. He doesn't care how many points or shots he gets. All that matters is the win, and you see that up and down that lineup. That's the most important part of this thing. It's who's got it going. In the first half was OG Anunoby. He was the open man. They kept finding him, and OG kept cutting and getting open shots. Then in the second half, they knew they had to turn off the water with OG. Brunson started getting it going. How about the end of that third quarter? That's, to me, that was where the game was broken. Mikal Bridges just suddenly turned it up a notch and started making big shot after big shot, that quick bucket to finish the quarter. And yet at that point, you kind of knew, okay, I think this Knicks team knows they put away the Kings. This Kings team is on the road. The Knicks had 3 days off, and the Garden got to enjoy a kind of, fun fourth quarter where they were seeing, could they get 145 points to tie the season high.